What's the difference with different kinds of audio? You can get audio from your phone, which I'm using right now. You can get audio from a microphone, a shotgun microphone, a lav microphone, a studio microphone, a stage microphone. I'm going to take you through a couple of different options today and show you the best way to do this for both performance and for streaming. Hey guys, what's going on? It's JP. Welcome to the channel. If you've never been here before and you want to learn all about music tech and looping, start now by clicking the subscribe button, hit that bell, and you won't miss anything. Now before we get going, I just want to let you be aware of my links. I have now set up an Amazon store. I used to have loads of different links all leading to different things on Amazon. So now I've got one link that'll take you to my online Amazon store and you can browse the things that I've reviewed, things that I use, and the things that I trust. That link is in the description box below. So you join us here in the garden, and there's a reason for that. Because there's a bit of wind around, and also there's birds singing, and it's a live environment. It's not a controlled environment like a studio. Maybe you're doing a little bit of streaming outside, or like me, filming outside. Now it's been said, more people will turn off a video or a live stream if you've got bad audio. People are not actually fussed about the video as long as the audio is there and it eventually sorts itself out. So audio is massively important to any kind of video or streaming, and I want to take you through a couple of different things that we can use with your phone and you can add on to get your audio quality up a notch. So how am I getting the audio right now? I'm not using the microphone of the iPhone. If you have a look, I've actually got another mic stand with what's called a shotgun mic, and it's just here. Obviously I make sure that it's out of frame so you can't see it, and I'm going to go into that a little bit later, but let's start with just the iPhone microphone. This is just the sound of the iPhone. The iPhone microphone, I'm filming on Filmic Pro and just using the normal microphone. Now on Filmic Pro you have a slider where you can adjust the volume. So it is about halfway at the moment. I can turn that up. And if I turn that up, you're going to hear a lot more, but you will hear a lot more noise. There's birds singing, there's wind, and there's also someone mowing a couple of gardens down. So you're going to hear the wind right now. The advantage of this is it's highly portable. You're just putting your iPhone on a stand, which is an iPhone holder, and then onto a tripod. As you can see, it's really portable. I could just pick it up and away we go. And the sound will change slightly depending on what I'm doing, but I could move it around, or I could have it in a static position, and then I could do something like grab the guitar and perform. I have done this before. I've done this where I've done it on a beach, and it's literally just been the iPhone, no extra equipment needed. But the downsides are not video, it's audio, and audio is going to take a massive hit here. If you're just using the microphone of the iPhone, for example, you can choose the 3 microphones that are on there. There's one on the front, there's one on the bottom, and there's one on the back. This one is the one on the front as I'm looking at the phone right now. This one's on the back and it's facing the wrong way, but if I was filming someone else, then that would be very useful. And this is the microphone at the bottom of the phone, which is the one you would normally use for calls. Again, it's pointing that way, so it's pointing in the wrong direction to my mouth. The next option is Bluetooth, and I'm wearing the Beats X wireless headphones. Now, of course, I'm completely wireless. That's fantastic. So there's portability, and that's great, but you can probably hear that the microphone is actually picking up the audio, and the microphone in here is actually pretty small. Now you are going to lose frequency range, and if I was playing guitar, it's not going to sound very good. It's great for speaking, and it's one of those things where portability, I could walk around, I can move around, I've got no wire on me whatsoever until the range of the Bluetooth actually starts to fail, which is around about 10 meters, which is crazy. So I could just carry on over here and you can see me here, and that's fine. But playing a guitar or playing an instrument while using this, it's not going to be great for frequency range. However, it is really highly portable. So if you're doing talking, this is really, really good option. Either these, or if you're using AirPods or any kind of Bluetooth device. A lot of people are using Bluetooth devices while streaming, so they use them for conferencing because it's private. So they want to hear the audio going in as well as what you're sending out. So the next stage is plugging in different audio devices. And to do that, we're going to need a little adapter. This little adapter. This is the 3.5mm to Lightning adapter for the iPhone. You can get one for USB-C for the iPad Pro as well. And if you're on Android, of course, you can get the correct adapter for that as well. I'm going to use this and plug this into what's called a Lav Mic. Test 1 2, test 1 2. The audio you're now hearing is from a Lav Mic. A Lav Mic is something that you wear. Now, you would have seen people potentially on interviews where they have a little black circle maybe attached to their shirt, and I've actually got the same thing, but it's hidden underneath Jake and Elwood here. So it's actually sitting just here. Now, if you can see it from the other camera, I've actually got a big long wire coming out from the bottom of my t-shirt, and it's now plugged into the iPhone. The great thing about this is it's a lot more direct. You can hear me a lot clearer, and it's actually, you can't hear the audio as much from around us. So the other thing you've got with Lav mics is distance. So this one comes with a really long cable. This is made by a company called Boya. This is the BYM1. Let me show you. So I'm going to carry on talking, and you're going to carry on seeing me. I'm going to just keep on walking, and the audio quality shouldn't change that much, and that's because basically this cable is really long. Now they're going to get to a point where obviously this is impractical, but the idea is there. I could actually use this and have this on the floor there, and I could use it with a guitar and play at a distance, and you get a wider view. But the downside is, as I walk back, that if I had a guitar, you're not going to hear the full frequency of the guitar. The Boya mic is pointing upwards to get my voice. The guitar is pointing that way. So you're not going to hear as much as you normally would. You may lose some of the frequencies for the guitar, and also you might overload the microphone if there's quite a lot of noise all at once. It's also taped to my t-shirt right now, so if I was playing and moving around, you're going to hear the rustle of that. Now I could clip it onto here, or I could clip it onto somewhere else, but you still could pick up a rustling noise. So the next thing I'm going to look at is a shotgun microphone. Test 1 2, test 1 2. This is using a shotgun mic. This shotgun mic is the VRX10, which is made by Movo. As you can see from the other camera there, that I've got this on a separate stand, and it's actually pointing about here. So I can't see it in the shot, but you can see the shadow of it if I put my hand up. So I've positioned it just very carefully, so therefore you can't see it in this shot. The advantage of a shotgun mic is that you can actually position the mic a lot closer, but it's not attached to you, so you still feel free. I could even step further away, and you can hear the difference as I step further away, that it's picking up less and less of my audio. The other thing about the shotgun mic is I don't have to shout, I don't have to talk loudly, I can talk in my normal voice, and because it's angled down, it's angled at me, it's actually picking up any of the noise around this area. So if I was playing a guitar and I was singing at the same time, you'd hear that as well. Now there's a little bit of wind in the garden today, so the Movo actually comes with this. This is what's called a dead cat, and you can place this over the microphone to actually reduce the wind noise. So again, test 1 2, test 1 2. I can see on the meters here that the actual level has reduced slightly, and you shouldn't be able to hear a lot of the wind noise now because the dead cat is now on. Now the downside of this setup is that you're going to need an extra mic stand, and of course you're going to have to carry more equipment. But the upside is I can position this wherever I want to. I can move the mic stand around, I could move it further back if I wanted to get a wider shot. There's loads of shotgun mics out there in the world, ranging from about £20 right up to a couple of £100. The reason I've got the Movo at the moment is because it's cheap, but also it does the job I want it to do. And also you would have heard this before, because any talking stuff I've done on the channel before is either been using the Lav mic or recently been using this. So the other thing we can do is we can put the shotgun mic onto the stand that we've got here. Now the thing with that is it's really useful. Of course we don't need an extra stand to hold it, as you can see, but then the downside is as I move further and further away, it's going to pick up less and less of my voice. At the moment we've got the dead cat on it. 1 2 3, test 1 2 3, and that's fine if I'm talking directly at it under a meter. And then let's just have a look if I was to take the dead cat off. So 1 2 3, 1 2 3. There's a breeze at the moment, so you're probably going to be hearing that. Also it's a lot louder, but also it's going to pick up a lot of noise. So as I start walking away, you're going to hear more of the wind and less of me. Now with some shotgun mics they have an independent volume control, so you could dial that up. With the Movo it's just one volume, and I can dial it up in Filmic Pro, but then it depends obviously what I'm doing. If you're using this for streaming, that's fantastic, but also the thing is you have no real control over the audio volume. This noise is a problem. This is wind noise, and this is why things like this exist, the dead cat, and this is why we're going to put it back on straight away. So you can hear there's an instant reduction in the wind noise, which is great, but a slight reduction in some of the frequencies if you listen very carefully. Now this is fine if you're in an environment which is quiet and you can get your acoustic guitar and play towards it. I've actually done that before with this microphone and streamed that live on Facebook. Again, the advantage of this is it's portable, so it's all on one stand. Let me show you. So I could, if I wanted to, pick this up and just move it round to a location that I wanted to. Maybe the wind's blowing that way, so I want to actually change it so it's over here. So this last setup is going to be using an audio interface. If you want to use an audio interface, you're going to have a couple of things if you want to keep it mobile. First of all, you need a connector. So this connector is the Lightning to USB 3, which is also called the camera adapter by Apple, and it's got USB 3 and power. And that's the other thing. If you've got an audio interface, you're going to need to power it. So as you can see here, I'm holding quite a few things. So we're going to have this connected to power, and this is my power bank, and my power bank, I have basically a big power bank with a couple of connectors on. Then we've got the audio interface itself, so I always use the Scarlett 2i2, which is this audio interface. You can get smaller audio interfaces. This is a 2-in, 2-out audio interface, and it's USB, so the USB is going to go into that adapter, and then plugging into that is a microphone. So this is the setup for an audio interface, and this is by far the best quality you're going to get. The downside is it's quite cumbersome. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different pieces of equipment added onto the iPhone just to make this happen. However, you're not going to get a better setup because the audio of the microphone's going into the audio interface is going straight into the phone, and it's all being powered. A nice advantage as well is that the power bank is not just powering the audio interface, it's also powering the phone. If you were streaming for an hour, your phone will probably end up being dead because of the amount of power that it takes. This is actually keeping the phone on charge while supplying power to the audio interface. A nice advantage as well is I can see the halo lights on the audio interface to see if I'm too loud or not. Now this is a 2-in, so at the moment I've only got one microphone, but I can plug my guitar straight in. I don't have any effects. I could add effects if I wanted to. I could put an audio chain in and add effects, but this is a real simple way, and of course you're getting the best audio quality for either recording or for streaming. Now you could go one stage even further. You get a microphone stand, and we could then move a little bit further back to give a little bit more view, and you can see the guitar if I'm playing, or you're playing a keyboard. You could plug straight in. It is a mono in, so this is mono in, and I've actually panned it in post so you can hear it, so it's not just coming out of the left ear. The downside, as I say, is it's more stuff that you've got to carry, more stuff that you need, but it's worth it. If you've got bad video but good audio, people will still watch it. If you've got good video but audio, then people won't listen to it because it becomes annoying, and they just turn it off no matter how good your video is. If you have found the content of this video useful, then give this a thumbs up. It really does help me and help the channel grow. And if you want to take it a little bit further, you can support me by subscribing to the channel, and you can even support me by buying me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com. All the links are in the description box below. I'd just like to thank all the people who have bought me a coffee so far, and those supporters are really helping this channel grow. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Let's wait for the church bells to stop ringing. Go on. Go on. Go. Upgrade to another book. Let's do that again. So of course a lot of moving around. I've forgotten what I'm going to say now. Cat. Thanks. Do that again. Yeah, the beauty of recording outside. Ringing. Good.